Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of That Fire FM TV. I'm your host, Soul the Vegan Goddess. And this evening we have an awesome brother out of Greensboro, North Carolina. He's a poet amongst poets, and a community activist. You know, we really love community activism over here at That Fire. So please, let's give us a warm welcome to Clement Mallory. Yes!
Peace.
Blessed.
Thank you.
Peace
Appreciate
and
that.
love. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So good to have you with us this evening. How's everything?
Everything is all right. Everything is all right. Just busy and not busy. It's just a lot of work going on over here.
I feel it. The beauty and all the wonderful work that's going on is like in preparation for this new shift that we're about to go into 2023, and everybody is getting ready and bringing to closure all the 2022 stuff. So tell our viewers, well, let me tell our viewers first of all that you're a very good friend, artist, associate of mine. We've toured together when I did my Soulflower tour, and I have always just admired your passion for poetry. And just share a little bit about how you got started and what inspired and motivated you to become a poet as you are.
Well, thank you very much. I had a great time on a flower tour. Thank you for that opportunity. I think one of the powerful memory from that tour was feeding the homeless in Washington Park area.
Yes.
That was so touching, and that showed where our hearts are, you know.
Yes.
As far as poetry is concerned, I guess, like Rakim would say, rap is poetry, R-A-P, rhythm and poetry. So from that standpoint of rap, I was influenced by Run DMC, actually. When I first heard Sucker MCs or something, I think, you know what I mean? Something like that. Mm-hmm. And from there, from Red Alert to listening to Rakim to just a lot of MCs, and I started writing. And then when I got down to, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, so I was writing a lot of rhymes and rhymes, not at that time poems, but just a lot of rhymes, listening to a lot of rhymes. So understanding cadence and understanding rhyming words and stuff like that really helped me to become a hip hop poet. Yes, I'm a poet indeed, but
yes,
because of that experience of being a product of the hip hop culture, my hip hop or that style of rhyming is within my poems.
Yes.
So that's what people feel. But I was blessed to be able, praise Most High, I was blessed to be able to slow it down and just write traditional poetry in the sense of a spoken word artist.
Yes. And one of the things I love most about your artistry is that everything that I've heard you spit has been all about just empowerment and upliftment and being your best. And of course, the hip hop movement has all sides to the coin, but your side of the coin always seems to focus on the positive, and I love that. I respect that, and I think we need so much more of that. So what is it that has motivated you in that direction as opposed to the other direction?
I think 100% listening to individuals like Mos Def and even Public Enemy at that time. It's still hip hop, but it was conscious hip hop.
Yes.
Dead Prez, conscious, like awakening hip hop. Even KRS-One,
Yes.
That whole. I think I became a vegetarian based on that one of his lines. It influenced a lot of people.
Yes.
I don't eat, pork or my fork, you know what I mean?
That's right.
You know, so right, and that it hit. You know, no beef, no chicken, or no hamburger, because to me that's suicide, self-murder. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that right there was like, woo, you know.
Exactly.
Really influenced me to think about life and not just, you know, writing rhymes on the strength of battling someone.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what it's all about. You know, so it's not really people writing about being bad or terrible things that's happening. That's the number one hip hop song. No one really hasn't really matched that Melly Mel. You know, the message, you know, was telling what hip hop, what was going on. But hip hop, even Rakim, everything is about I'm bad, I'm this. You know what I mean? I'm da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And so one of the things about being a spiritual person is humility. You know what I mean? And I think that's what comes across my poems and even my rhymes. I wasn't even writing rhymes like that, you know. I wasn't writing rhymes, shoot them up and sticking up. I did those things and they may slip with the food lines, but I tried to focus on the education of saying something.
Exactly.
You know? Exactly. So
And even as you speak on considering the education of things, I know you do a lot of community activism, and I just want to tell you how proud I am of you, somebody that I've known for such a while, and you've been so consistent and passionate about your art and passionate about helping to uplift the community. And I know your program, Poetry and Basketball, has been a big thing over the years. Tell us a little bit about that. What's going on with the Poetry and Basketball movement?
Yeah, it's definitely moving in a grand direction. You know, you mentioned from the onset, excuse me, that we clearing away a lot of the things in 2022 to, you know, make way for bigger and better things. You know, Most High will, always Most High will, always Most High will preserve our life and well-being, you know? So that movement, yes, we have been around since 2010, and we have been impacting the Greensboro community since that time, working with individuals, organizations, businesses to really bring forth that education. And it is in the form of basketball. So, you know, a lot of people would say to me, "Oh, you tricking kids to read, man. That's good, man. That's good." I'm like,
yes.
I'm not really tricking them. You know what I mean? They really loving it. You know, they
tricks are for kids. And I think when you trick them into doing something that empowers them, that is pure genius to me.
Okay. I feel you. I feel like I don't feel like I'm tricking kids. I feel like I'm giving them something that they coming, you know, a lot of people feel it's a trick because, they think they coming to play basketball, then they reciting poems. So that's what we do. We teach kids ages 4 to 13 how to read, spell, and identify poetry words while playing basketball. And but our mission, however, is to develop creative and critical thinking skills. And that's what they learn. That's what they love. They learn that, but they really love that. You know, and it was truly shown in the last interview that we had with Fox 8. Big shout out to Community Foundation of Greater Greensboro and Fox 8 News for having us spotlighted on the Community Spotlight. And they interviewed 2 of the students that are in our after school program at the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club. And one of the students asked, "What do you like about kids poetry basketball on the spot?" You know, and he said, "I like the fact that I have to like spell the words and then we play one-on-one." That means one thing to me. they're being challenged.
That's right.
They love that. They love the fact that, oh, this is basketball, but I like how we're being challenged, how I'm learning these words. And then I always remind them, it's the program, but I always remind them that these words are a part of your EOGs. So you gotta soak this in like SpongeBob. I'm talking to them 6-year-olds, you know.
Yes, definitely.
You gotta soak this in, because what you learn in kids culture basketball, you can apply it in your classrooms.
Yes.
In particular, those EOGs, because these are the answers to those questions. So even when they in the third grade, even when they're 6, because kids culture basketball is for 4 to 13, ages 4 to 13, but even those that are 4 and 5 learning, what simile and metaphor is, they don't learn this until the 4th or 5th grade.
Yeah.
So we have to put our kids ahead of the game.
That's right. We're going to take a quick break. We're here with Clement Mallory from Poetry and Basketball in Greensboro, North Carolina. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Not just a crab apple. We got out of sync, it turned out to be such a debacle. Words were said and feelings had that we cannot grab back, even with a lasso. Neither of us were wackos, just couldn't get out of our own ways. Only looking back could I see that though. We should have slowed down, calmed down, not such a fast flow. Pride got in the way of our vibe, it's natural. We needed to divide the feelings from the factual. I think most relationships would work if from the jump we understood that it's work. Cause something makes us think that it's all in the flirts, romantic dinners and nice desserts. All the perks of being in love, but none of the hurt. Nah, 2 people coming together, it's such a unicorn. 2 people coming together, it's such a unicorn. 2 people lasting forever. I am hoping we can try again. I can see things that I didn't see before now. You know that we put a lot in. But who has the heart to start from the ground floor again? Not me. I wish you and I could start again. I have a feeling that we could do better. I am hoping we can try again. I can see things that I didn't see before now. You know that we put a lot in. But who has the heart to start from the ground floor again? Not me. I wish you and I could start again. I have a feeling that we could do better.
So, old beginnings tell me how to bring it back. What are we bringing to the table? Stop. Appreciate the conversation, slow it down. I know we can get lifted in the air. Tell me how we keep it there. Elevate our minds and share. Unity's our unicorn. 2 in love, let's bring it back some more. It is magical to watch us when the broken pieces hold the door. We're back and forth like changing seasons, but like the tide we're back to shore again. How do we keep it here? All the time and paper in. Do we do it all again? Our unit is a unicorn. 2 in love, let's bring it back some more.
I think most relationships would work if from the jump we understood that it's work. Cause something makes us think that it's all in the flirts, romantic dinners and nice desserts. All the perks of being in love, but none of the hurt. Nah, 2 people coming together, it's such a unicorn. 2 people coming together, it's such a unicorn. 2 people lasting forever. I am hoping we can try again. I can see things that I didn't see before now. You know that we put a lot in. But who has the heart to start from the ground floor again? Not me. I wish you and I could start again. I have a feeling that we could do better. I am hoping we can try again. I can see things that I didn't see before now. You know that
Show your play. 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 Show your play.
Yo, today is the day. Families get together like reunions and celebrate. Going down memory lane, having conversations about everything in vain. Cheers up with cups in the air, like a toast of champagne. Everybody attentive, like we camping. Love and peace and happiness, all we demanding. Go get the stereo and plug the amp in, so we can all start line dancing. Go get the stereo and plug the amp in, so we can all start line dancing. So we can all start line dancing. So we can all start line dancing.
This is the season that gives all of us reason to be thankful for family and good friends we need. This is the season that gives all of us reason. Smell good food now, let's start eating.
Hey, yo, feeling like Shirley Caesar. I got green beans, collard green, potato, candy yams, roast turkey with turkey stuffing, corn, ham, deviled eggs, dinner roll, and pumpkin pie. After eating, let's all vibe. Go outside, we could take a ride.
Show your play. 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 Show your play.
This is the season that gives all of us reason to be thankful for family and good friends we need. This is the season that gives all of us reason. Smell good food now, let's start eating.
And we're back here at That 5FM TV, and this evening we have Clement Mallory in the building, y'all. Yes, community activism at its best, hip-hop poetry at its height. Yes, okay, so Clement, one of the things that has inspired you to give back, I suppose, that's one of my questions is, at what point did you get in your journey that you decided I need to give back to my community? I need to find a way to do something. What was that moment like for you?
I think I was 17 or 18. And I was at St. Agatha's group home, and I lived in a group home, and my housemates wore helmets and really artistic, and I was very artistic at the same time.
Wow.
And but yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Receiving a lot of support from my counselors. Praise Most High for lining me up with people that encouraged me, you know, and really supported my vision and whatever I wanted to do at that time. I just wanted to play basketball, work, and whatever I wanted to do, work in the barn. And I graduated. I left the St. Agatha school to go to the quote-unquote general school, Nanuet Senior High School. And I worked, and I was the first student, not the first, but one of the first students after 100+ years of St. Agatha's to, you know, integrate into the community, so to say, you know. And basically, they hired me to be a coach for the Special Olympics on the campus of St. Agatha's. So I was getting paid to assist kids that I used to make fun of. you know?
Oh, wow.
And right. Now I'm working, assisting them, helping them, being patient with them, and just giving back my heart. You know, material things is easy to give back.
Yes.
It's so easy. It's so easy to give that back. You know, I could start off by saying, giving back is, even being in St. Agatha's, the giving back came from the nuns and counselors taking me on clothing shopping trips, and buying me clothes. So I'm used to people giving to me, and that's what's inspired me to give back to and work in the community as well. Now, the community, I think, came from college. Definitely being president of the student body, political science club, and doing all this work, and with Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Big shouts out to the Mu Kappa chapter, that's Binghamton. Nice. I went to Oneonta, but we had to, cross pledge, and but just being in that realm really helped me to give back to the community, even right now. And I must say, that's probably like the St. Agatha's is big in giving back my heart. But as far as like serving the community, cleaning up the community, serving the food to the community, shelters and all that comes from Kappa Alpha Psi. I ain't gonna even lie, because that's what they do. That's what they had us do. That's part of the things that we did while we were pledging. Yeah. So at 23, I was experiencing all of that, giving back to going into the community. Yes. The homeless. While I'm pledging, you know what I mean? So that definitely came from that.
Wow. So if people want to support your movement, donate to your cause, how do they do that?
Thank you very much. We have a beautiful website people can go to. It's www.kidspoetrybasketball.com.
Yes.
Kidspoetrybasketball.com. And we got video testimonies, PayPal. We are 501c3. We have a campaign for end of the year charity, tax deductible opportunities for individuals and businesses. So we have a lot of work to do with that funding too. So thank y'all very much for
So do you guys have any merchandise that people can purchase?
100%. We have the shirt that I'm wearing right now, the Kids Poetry Basketball. Greensboro's great idea for literacy. And this one belongs, I have the other ones in my car, but this one belongs to my son Humble. But we have the Kids Poetry Basketball activity coloring book. It's basically a manual of what we do with the kids in the program. It's a great coloring workbook, Awesome. That's also on the website and can be purchased from the website as well.
Wonderful. I'm encouraging all of our viewers to go and check them out. We need organizations like this that are feeding back into our community, especially back into our young people. So please go and support these things. Did I understand you saying something about a grant? Have you gotten any kind of, do you do that? Do you apply for grants? Do you receive grants? How does that work?
Yes, 100%. We present Kids Poetry Basketball on the strength of grants because the program is free for individuals, for businesses, in fact. So organizations like True Lion Credit Union and the Rotary Summit Group Club, or the Weaver Foundation, Community Foundation of Greater Greensboro. I received funding from these organizations to present the program, and then other funding to gift the kids with jerseys and medals and sneakers and beautiful. And a lot of other stuff, and supplies for the program as well.
Awesome. Well, I always gotta pull on you. You got a beautiful piece of poetry we want to spit for us real quick before we take it out.
Real fast. This is called Water. It's the water that I am that makes me what I am. I am a fish man. Most people describe me as a Pisces. The atmosphere I breathe is all water. So when I breathe in, I'm breathing in all water. Most people call it air. I live in a house of vapors that I built out of some clouds. It seems like my neighbors are always storming, but making some music loud. When I'm hungry, I utilize the sun to heat my food. And what I eat is all green, all brown, and all blue. I am a water seed, formed and born from the earth and the universe. When you see me, it may look like I'm doing some walking, but actually I'm swimming. As an ocean, the waves are just the seeing me doing the talking. The rivers are my rhythm. Now when it's raining, I'm clear my thoughts, and the thundering and the lightning are just ideas I come across. See, it's all mathematical, like 1 + 1 is 2. Since I'm water, I'm everlasting, because all I do is produce. I have no beginning nor ending. I'm just a constant flow of motion. I'm water, aka the essence of all life. Thank you.
I love it, y'all. That's Clement Mallory, you guys. That's kidspoetryandbasketball.com. Please go donate, invest, support, put your child into the program. We need these types of things. We thank you so much, Clement, for being with us this evening here at That Fire FM TV.
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure people go to the right address. I know there's other kids and basketball and poetry programs out there, but it's Kids Poetry Basketball. Just straight Kids Poetry Basketball. Some people put an apostrophe, but
got you.
I accept those, but when it comes down to going to the website,
yes,
it's kidspoetrybasketball.com.
That's what's up. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, and thank our viewers for being here. We're here every Saturday evening at 10 o'clock, and we're always trying to bring you the best, bring you that fire. All righty, have a good one.